Hello all. I'll be talking about my implementation of a professional development called Engineering Practices in the Elementary Classroom. I'll be speaking about the pedagogy and content of this professional development. There were several objectives that I laid out for the professional development. Specifically, the participants would get to and have some increased mastery of choosing a design activity to extend an upcoming science lab, using NASA's design evaluation rubrics to evaluate their designs, and explaining and elaborating about a design process and product, as well as evaluating their own professional utilization of engineering practices in their classroom. Because of the circumstances of this social distancing and stay-at-home orders, our school was dismissed, at least in person, before I could implement the professional development. So I had to change courses, if you will. I had a little tool in my pocket called a multimedia text set, which is designed to promote a blended learning context in which participants learn at their own pace, place, and time. This gave my colleagues the opportunity to engage in the professional development at their own leisure. As you can see, the MMTS is a comprehensive media document in which I could present not only the objectives of the professional development, but also different materials for each of the participants, each of the professionals to explore at their own leisure. It wasn't important that the participants engaged in all of the exploration pieces. It was more so that participants chosen the exploration materials in which they were interested in to increase their aptitudes according to the objectives. Do they know the differences between engineering and science practices? How comfortable are they using the NGSS engineering design practice format, and how are they using engineering practices in their own classroom? And then the participants were asked to evaluate their learning before and after their engagement in the learning process using a Flipgrid format. I did have one of the participants, one of the professionals, engage using simply a written format. But as you can see on this Flipgrid format, professionals were able to engage in 3 evaluation prompts. And then I put a little bit of a personal touch by adding this video of my face just to introduce the prompts and introduce the purposes of the activity that we were that I was trying to implement. The Flipgrid response promotes collegial interaction in this virtual learning space, and also follows in with those blended learning principles of learning at your own pace, place, and time. The participants could record the videos of their evaluation responses at their leisure or at their convenience. And as you can see, each of the participants participated in a pre-assessment and a post-assessment in which I collected my data for evaluating my process of implementation. Lastly, I was very pleased with the results. Considering the circumstances, I did have to I guess I did have to excuse one of the activities, which would have promoted more self-evaluation and then that follow-up piece that most professionals need to continue that the knowledge that they've acquired during professional development. I saw an increase in all the participants' understanding of the difference between science and engineering practice, specifically in their understanding of the NGSS engineering design framework of practices. and an increase in confidence and an understanding of how to implement NGSS engineering design practices in their own classroom. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a great day.